Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca, and with Celeb Talk, honey. Celeb Talk. We still on this RKelly thing. Okay, look. I tackled with how I was going to approach this because many of you know I'd rather just wait till the trial because this case gets crazier and crazier by the minute. It seems like every time the conversation surrounding this man and his charges and the females calm down, something happens to trigger the conversation to start up again. And I don't know why, but I find it strange that we're not allowing this to play out in court. We're actually letting this play out in the court of public opinion. No longer do it seem that we live in a land where you are guilty until you're innocent until proven guilty. It's nowadays with the social media and all of that, you just guilty, child, because they'll weigh you out in it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I just wonder sometimes, and don't get me wrong, I don't know what happened, honey. I wasn't there, okay? But I will say this. I just feel like the media will play the most ridiculous stories about this man to further make people hate him. And it's almost as if it's a plot to make sure that he won't be able to find an impartial jury because y'all are putting the most ridiculous stories on mainstream media without having any backup to that. Like the latest thing, I was outdone when I seen on CBS News that they actually did a story on this so-called former girlfriend, Joycelyn Savage, taken to Instagram and then Patreon to basically air him out. Now, nobody has verified whether or not this is actually Joycelyn's account. Now, if you watch Tasha K tonight, she said it's not. And based on some of the stuff that I was reading, because I watched another blogger who actually paid the money to go over to Patreon, because I just absolutely was not. Based on what she was reading to me, that sounds like a remix of what the victims from the surviving RKelly said, in my personal opinion. All these women's stories seem to be so much the same. I'm not seeing any difference here. And someone accused me on my last video of taking this man's side. No, I'm not taking this man's side. What I'm saying is get this man a fair shot, like we doing the rest of them. You know how they doing Weinstein and stuff like that. Give him the same courtesy. They not airing Weinstein out and trying to make people just hate him from one end of the coast to the next. Allow him to have his day in court, and if they can prove that he is guilty of if he is guilty of either one of those charges, then he needs to do what everybody else who is found guilty of a charge do. Go to prison. But let that play out in court and not in the public opinion. But back to Joycelyn Savage. Now, it's alleged that this girl had left. Now, we all knew the girls were going to leave because the lease was up in Trump Towers in December. So it didn't surprise me to find out that Azriel had left and then Joycelyn. Now, we've seen Azriel make her Instagram, Twitter, and I guess she already had a Snapchat. She's got no camera to show us that it is actually her. And she got some, she wants to be positive. And I don't see no reason why this girl can't be. She don't owe nobody no explanation about her relationship with that man. That's a private affair. And I wish people would stop calling. Those are young ladies. Those are young women now. I don't give a damn how old they were. The girls is young women now. And they have a right to have their privacy and their freedom. And I just would hope that people would take their, get that fixation they got on these girls off some, because y'all talking about them, especially now that, it's the word on the curb is they're not together anymore with him and that they've left. Everybody want to talk about them and say the most derogatory things about these girls, but in truth, how can you? We don't know them. We don't know what they've been through. We don't know their story. And guess what? We really don't have to. Because those are adults. They gotta. You ain't gonna let nobody be all up in you and your man business. So it's not our business. That's one thing I want to say. But this new thing of Joycelyn Savage apparently going to Instagram and then to Patreon to tell her story. I didn't believe it when I first saw it. When I went over to Instagram and I saw that page, I was like, it's just something in my spirit did not feel like that was that girl doing that. I didn't. And when I was made privy of what was over on Patreon, I didn't believe a word that she was saying, because, or whoever saying it, because it sounds like a remake of all the stories. Now I know that a man may be however with several different women, but every woman should have a little bit something different to add to the table. These women's stories sound exactly alike. It's like I told the story, then I told Simone, and then she said it, and then she told another one of our friends. That's the way it sounds. It does not sound as if these are individual stories. It's like one story that sounds the worst. All the women have said it. Now, again, this ain't to say that these women didn't go through something. I mean, these allegations have been out for over 20 years, but I can't convict you on no allegation. I need proof. And I feel that same way about anybody. Now, back to the Joycelyn Savage situation. As I said, I didn't believe that was her, and it seemed like I'm not the only one. I've heard many a blogger say it. I've heard many a fan say it. And now, even RKelly accuser Lisa Van Allen say she ain't sold on his former girlfriend Joycelyn Savage coming out against him. Now, RKelly is currently in jail facing charges of sex trafficking and abuse of minors in several states. Thanks to the brave women who are alleged victims of his almost 3 decades of abuse. I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that. But anyway, the singer could potentially be incarcerated for the remainder of his natural life if he's found guilty. He has denied all the charges brought against him in the Surviving R. Kelly 6-part series up until recently. He had the support of his 2 living girlfriends. One of his former girlfriends, Joycelyn Savage, is now claiming that, like the other accusers, she was abused by him. Not everyone believes Savage's claims, most notably R. Kelly's ex-girlfriend and another alleged victim, Lisa Van Allen. Savage first hinted that she was ready to tell the truth in a resurfaced Instagram account. First, she posted a warning caption, "There's something I need to reveal. Something I should have talked about a long time ago. This is my story." And then she captioned it, "I'm sorry." Okay. Then she posted another video announcing that she'd reveal her story in 3 posts on the subscription-based site Patreon. In a series of posts, Savage revealed troubling details of alleged physical and psychological and sexual abuse. The 23-year-old said she met the singer when she was 19, and he promised her a career similar to that of his former protege, Aaliyah. Now, hold up. Back here in March, didn't he say tell Gayle King she couldn't sing? Okay, I'm just gonna go on with the article. Then the two began to date, and the two began dating, and the once charming R. Kelly changed his tune. Breaking a non-disclosure agreement that she allegedly signed while dating R. Kelly, Savage said that she was forced to call R. Kelly daddy and or master. She alleges he slapped and choked her until she blacked out when she didn't obey his orders. Furthermore, Savage claims R. Kelly used money to control her, withheld food before he forced her to participate in rehearsed on-camera interviews that he monitored closely, and threatened to not release music that he worked on with her if she did something he considered wrong. Savage also says she became pregnant with R. Kelly's baby on 2 separate occasions, but was forced to terminate the pregnancies. Savage's sister has spoken out since the released essays on Patreon and says she does not believe the social media accounts are being run by Savage, nor does she believe Savage wrote the essays. I'm going to repeat that. Savage's sister has spoken out since the released essays on Patreon and says she does not believe the social media accounts are being run by Savage, nor does she believe Savage wrote the essays. Well, Lisa Van Allen spoke with TMZ about Savage coming forth and says that Savage claims don't add up. Van Allen appeared on the Lifetime docuseries and detailed her year relationship with the embattled singer. She too says that she was a victim of R. Kelly's manipulation and abuse before she decided to walk away. Though Van Allen doesn't say that she doesn't believe Savage was abused, she questioned the validity of the account claiming to be Savage. She told TMZ on November the 25th, that would be yesterday, that Savage claims about R. Kelly using condoms was a red flag because, according to Van Allen, R. Kelly doesn't use protection. She added that Savage claims that she was being held back from speaking out against R. Kelly is odd considering he is currently in prison. Van Allen also believes that R. Kelly is a monster, but questions why Savage is speaking openly now. Now, prior to her appearance on TMZ Live, Van Allen spoke out about Savage on Instagram, commenting on a post by the Shade Room, admitting that Savage being paid to tell her story on Patreon lessens her credibility. Child, look here. I don't a bit more believe that is that girl on that Patreon account. I don't think that's her on Instagram. I can't prove that it's her parents, but it sure was a lot of tea given over there on Tasha K's channel tonight, and I don't always believe each and every word that come out of that lady's mouth, but I'm going to tell you this right here. I know one thing. I know she's been in close contact with them people for a long time. I know they've been in cahoots together. So I'm more inclined to believe her when she says that she don't believe that that's that girl's account either. And I'm going to say this right here. It is a sad day when you see parents so busy trying to make $1 million, they'll trade their child in. Because that's what we heard tonight. We heard recordings of one Mr. Timothy Savage saying that he was done with his daughter. R. Kelly could have her. He wanted to make his $1 million. He'll have a pretty wife for the rest of his life, meaning his daughter. And you wonder why. If that is the mindset, you wonder why this girl ended up with an older man. And I ain't saying he controlled her, but it's weird when your child feels safer with a man that's twice her damn age. I don't give a damn if he can provide her with a good lifestyle. It says a lot when she would rather be with him and totally not have anything to do with her parents. And at the end of the day, that's what it's been for the last few years. We've been hearing about this, you know. And I don't know who behind that Patreon account, but child, please. Sound like somebody needed some coin, so they came up with an elaborate scheme. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion. That ain't fact-based. The fact that these people don't know how to just be still and be quiet and let this play out, because he's about to go to trial in the spring. The fact that they keep pulling shenanigans wherever it may be coming from makes me question a lot of things. Now, I'm not going to say the brother is innocent 100%. I know he probably did some things. Hell, he said he did some things. Do I think that he is morally corrupt and his moral compass ain't on track? Hell to the yeah. But I wonder about some of these stories. Because these people moving real funny. You know, that's a new YouTube saying moving funny. So I say moving funny. I would be more focused on the well-being of my child opposed to running around still doing interview after interview. Because see, I got the interviews. At first you claimed like you was trying to bring awareness. Well, you brought awareness. This man has been incarcerated since July. Don't look like they gonna give him no bond. Look like he probably gonna be sitting there till it's time for his trial to start. So if in fact that is the case, even if he got out, he still gotta go to trial for this stuff. That's when all the info should come out, and y'all need to handle y'all business accordingly then. Why do the parents keep pulling little shenanigans or knowing about shenanigans or doing interviews? What we still interviewing for? That man been locked up since July. Clearly they ain't scared to move around because both of them have. Now we know that the Trump was gonna be was no longer gonna be an option come December, so you know they done moved around, but they don't look like they. I don't think them girls scared. I think that he probably do have a hold on them, and somewhere in all of that they may have fallen in love with that man. Plus, I mean, let's keep it real. He afforded them a lifestyle that they probably didn't have at first. My bottom line is this. Again, before we get to killing him in the court of public opinion, can we get to the trial? And as far as this girl's Instagram, I'm sorry, she would have to make a video saying that that's her. And according to Tasha K, she's supposed to come out with a video stating that it's not her. And if she don't do it, then Tasha K says she has some recordings that she's going to release on this girl, proving that Patreon is a scam. See, I bet they done made a Q coin over there. I didn't believe it from the jump. I'm sorry, I just did not believe that. Because how you go from, I could see you breaking up because you feel like he ain't never coming home. But girl, you think them girls gonna flip like that and just get to talking? I really don't see that happening. But if it does happen, so be it. We'll deal with it accordingly when it comes. But I was really disappointed that nobody can verify that this is this girl's account. People are coming out saying it's not this girl's account. Yet mainstream media ran this story as if it was factual. As if this is this girl saying this. Only to further demonize this man. For what? He already probably one of America's most hated. You trying to make sure that he ain't got a fighting chance come April. And I don't think that's fair. That's just my 2 cents on it. You ain't got to agree with it. I'm about fairness and justice. You see how I talk about it over here? I want it for all of us. Because see, right now, because of the allegations that he's faced for the last over 20 years, people like, kill him. He ain't learned the first time. Just let him go on, go to prison for the rest of his life. But let that be in one of your family members. Would you be so quick to want to have him put under the jailhouse without a fair trial? Would you want him slandered on in public all the time? Any small thing that they can come up with to make the man look bad, look like they doing, and I just don't get that. If you got him, and you sure you got him, because y'all say y'all got him, right? If y'all got him, why tie him up like that time after time? You ain't doing it to nobody else that's been accused of the same stuff or similar things. And trust, it's been a lot of them. But they faded off into the background. They ain't not discussed as heavily. I got a problem with that too, but we ain't going there tonight. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. I don't believe that that's that girl's account. I think somebody that her parents know could possibly be running that account. It could be a scheme set up by Todd to come to us with the bullshit. Girl, let me go to bed. I ain't got time for this shit no damn further. I done said what I said. You feel about it how you want to. Because on this channel, everybody can speak freely as long as it's done respectfully. But remember, I'm the host. Okay? That's all. The depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. Believe that. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YT streets. Comment down below in the comment section respectfully. If you haven't become a Love Thing today, please subscribe to this channel as well as my backup channel. The link for the backup channel will be provided in the description box below the title. Once you subscribe to the channels, if you're so inclined to do so, please tap your notification bell and set that thing to all so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from this channel, you will be notified and you can come over and join in the conversation. You guys have a great remainder to your Monday night, and I will see you on the next upload. Peace.